Telecom space, DOT unveils broad contours of next telecom policy. The telecom department seeks 100 billion investments by 2020. Let's listen in to COAI's Rajan Mathews on the same.
Much talked about, long awaited, so finally here. So we are absolutely excited about NTP 2018. It really addresses the critical issues, certainly from an industry perspective. I think the one big focus is the highlight that this industry can't continue to be seen as a cow that needs to be milked of every ounce of milk, but it has to be looked at in terms of development, in contributing. And so the whole issue of the present regime of extracting revenues and high fees and thing that has to be changed. So that is clearly good news, because this industry needs to get back on its feet. The contextualization of the whole program in terms of 100 billion US dollars in the next 3+ years should give people the magnitude of the challenge. So unless the industry is in good health, none of the policy issues can mature. So we are very pleased with that whole focus. There's issues in terms of 5G and how that is going to go ahead. Clearly the right focus. Policy issues around the whole licensing regime, clearly right approach. Spectrum pricing, availability, all of that in terms of the trading and all licensing of that, clearly in the right direction. Right away, a critical function in terms of being able to succeed vis-a-vis enhancing the customer experience, clearly in the right direction. So I think all of the focus that is embedded, it went through a very, very robust blue sky process where all stakeholders were allowed to provide their input. So this is really an instance where we're all behind this and we're saying go, 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 and let's get it across the finish line.
Right. Let me come back to your original point about the industry being treated as a cash cow. You know, a number of levies that were on the industry ever since the IMG was set up, the telecom companies and the service providers were saying that, you know, we need to have a relook at USOF fund, we have to relook at SUC, given the fact that now you pay for spectrum. Keeping this in hindsight, and also the fact that there is some sort of a debt burden that is on the industry, how helpful do you think that these rational will prove to be down the line, sir?
So this is a policy, so we will have to wait to see how and when these levies and fees are rationalized, removed, or are reduced considerably. So this is absolutely essential. Right now, we pay about 30% of every rupee, 30 paisa of every rupee that we earn in the industry goes back to the government. So this is why we're knocking on the government's door and saying, allow these funds to be retained by the operator, since the private parties are tasked with ensuring the achievement of your policy outcomes. Let them invest it, because they are the best suited to do so. So if that happens, even if 25% of this 30% comes back to the industry, this will be a big boost in terms of liquidity, profitability. It attracts FDI, because the domestic banks are in a fix. They're almost tapped out in terms of the sector. So we have to have that type of economic